If you can't make £10,000 in this market, you will never make £1,000,000. So in this video today, I'm going to give you a step-to-step guide to make your first £10,000 in the market. I know you guys probably have goals to make 1,000,000 or even get funded 100K, but the first milestone that you guys need to have is £10,000. If you can't make £10,000 guys in the market, you will never be able to make anything more than that. Even if you get a 100K funded account, even £1,000,000 in funded account, you will never be able to make money until you make your first £10,000. So I am going to explain to you a few tips, a few things that I did to make my first £10,000 in the Forex market. So tip number one is sticking to your plan and just keep repeating. Now, if you have a winning strategy, stick to it. If you don't have a winning strategy, but you just haven't practiced enough with the strategy, keep practicing. I think a lot of traders, they try to overcomplicate the markets. They try to make a strategy out of another person's strategy, or they just try to copy other people's strategy until they find something that makes them profit. That's completely wrong. What you need to do is you need to find a strategy that works for you, that's programmed for you, right? Once you've figured out that strategy, repeat, repeat, and repeat. The reason why I keep saying repeat is because you're not ever going to perfect that strategy until you repeat it, until you find the flaws for that strategy for yourself. Because I know a lot of traders that trade SMC, I know a lot of traders that trade ICT, and it works for them, right? But a lot of traders will try to compare them both together, and it will never work. Why? Because SMC traders trade one way and it's profitable for them, and ICT traders trade another way and it's profitable for them. Now it's up to you whether you want to pick between ICT, SMC, or Fibonacci traders or trendline traders or whatever it is. You got to find your strategy in the market, and then once you found your strategy in the market, you're then able to just repeat, repeat, practice, find the flaws, and then once you got to that level where you find consistency with this strategy, that's where you can actually then start to see money coming through. A lot of traders think that strategy is the problem. Strategy is not the problem. It's actually you as a trader. You're just hopping from one fence to another fence to another fence, and you're just always trying to find a strategy that will work today. No, you have to practice. If you don't practice, you will never learn. And if you don't learn, you're not going to make money in the markets. The markets is not here to be your friend, right? The market doesn't care about you paying rent, or you have some debt, or you just want to become rich in your family, right? The market doesn't care about that. So if the market doesn't care, why are they going to help you, right? You got to find a method that works for you. Once you found that method, practice, practice, and repeat, and always stick to that strategy. For example, with me, I've been trading for 4 years, and if you watch my videos from 4 years ago, 3 years ago, I think I started YouTube 3 years ago, and if you watch my videos from 3 years back, you will see I use the same method. Now imagine, I've used the same method for 3 years, and I've actually become consistent with this strategy. And once I became consistent, that's where I started to see money flowing in. Tip number two that a lot of traders don't tell you guys is actually understanding market sessions. Let's say that your strategy actually works. Okay, you have a winning strategy, and now you're trying to implement this into the markets. Okay, if you don't understand the market sessions and you don't understand what session actually works for you, this will be a major problem in your trading career. Why? Because you will have the initial profit. Your strategy will be correct. You'll have that initial profit, and then what will happen is that you will then trade and trade, and then eventually you're going to have many losses. Why? Because you're not trading in the same trading session that you traded when you were profitable. So the market pretty much moves in the same way every session. And what I mean by that is that if you trade in the London session, you're always going to see the similar movements: 60 pips, 30 pips, 40 pips, right? If you trade in the Asian session, you see the market moves very volatile in the Asian session. It's always going to move volatile in that Asian session. So understanding that market sessions are really, really important, and implementing that into your strategy. So not only have you got a technical strategy, not only do you have an entry strategy, you now have a time strategy. This time strategy is going to help you so much because now you know exactly when to trade. Why does this help? Because now you don't have to overtrade, because when your time session's finished, you don't place trades anymore. Number two, if there isn't a move in the market, you just won't trade. If your session has started and you don't see any moves the whole session, you can then wait for the next session. You can wait for the next day, whenever your trading session is, right? So understanding that, understanding to implement market sessions into your trading strategy, which I actually show all my students all the time, is that making sure you're consistent with the times that you're trading in. So for example, like me, I've been trading the London session for almost 3 years now, right? When I first started trading, I just traded whenever I liked. And I realized that I used to sleep, I used to wake up, have a loss. I used to place trades throughout the day, profitable. Then when I sleep, place a trade, I hit a loss, right? And I realized that the Asian session for me wasn't good. But what actually I started to implement was understand what happened in the Asian session, implement that move onto my London session. And once I found out what my bias is for the London session, I'll place my trade in the London session and hold it for however long the trader wants to hold for. Understanding that and actually starting to implement that changes the game big time. And then once you actually start making money in the markets, now you make a few £100 or you make a few, £1,000, you now need to get to that £10,000 mark. How are you going to get there? It's by reinvesting your profits into the market. Now you're probably wondering, but I got things to pay, I got things to do, I got, I want to enjoy, I want to have that Forex lifestyle. Well, you can't have that Forex lifestyle if you're just making a few little bit of money and then taking it out of the market. Because let me tell you something, right? You can't make, let's say, £10,000 with just £100. You have to grow this account. You have to, to make it grow in a compound effect, right? So the way you do that is reinvesting your profits back into the markets, making more money with the money that you have. Now, if you start to do that, you'll start to realize that that £100 turns to 500, that 500 turns to 1,000, that 1,000 turns to 2, 3, 4, and then you will start to see yourself having £10,000 in your trading account, which you can now withdraw and keep for yourself. If you don't reinvest in the market, what will happen is you make £100, you withdraw it, you use it, let's say you use it to buy yourself some new shoes, right? Then you go to the market and you don't have enough capital to continue that streak that you got going on. So reinvesting into the markets will help you so much, because once you make money, you can use that money to make more money, and it's just a loophole effect, and you're just gonna make a lot of money. So the last thing that I want to explain to you guys is actually take it slow. This is not gonna happen overnight. It's not gonna happen in your first month. It might not even happen in your first year. But once you take it slow and you build your profit, once you build that profit, you will then start to see larger figures in your account. If you're starting off small, like me, I started off small when I first started out trading. I didn't have funded accounts at the time, and I actually had to grow my account very, very slowly. I had to be patient with my gains, and I just had to just trade, right? Because your trading journey needs to be an uptrend. It shouldn't be a consolidation where you make money and then you take it away, and then you make money and you take it away. No. It has to be a steady uptrend. And the way that you can make it a steady uptrend is by taking it slow. You rather be in the markets for a year than be making money, blowing accounts, making money, blowing accounts, and just keep repeating that. Because what's going to happen is you're going to not have any money to make your first £10,000. So believe me, guys, I've done it before and I've done it multiple times. Making £10,000 is not hard. But what's hard is sticking to discipline, sticking to your strategy, and actually making your profits make more money for yourself. And then without even realizing it, you will make your first £10,000 account. And just before we finish the video, remember when I told you that you need to reinvest your money? Where I have created a platform where you can invest in yourself. As a trader, you need to invest in yourself. You need to learn. I still learn till now. So I have created a platform for you guys who are trying to make your first £10,000, and I have made videos, I have got case studies, and I've also do one-to-one coaching for my students so that they can make their first £10,000. So if you're interested and you want to make your first £10,000, click the link in the description below and join my Muller FX Academy, where we turn students into professional traders. And oh yes, if you like this video, YouTube has just recommended you another video, so go check it out.